I'm Rita Cook.
And I'm Terry Murphy.
And we're ECP TV. Hey, Terry.
Hi.
How's it going? How's it going today?
Good.
Okay, so we're going to talk a little bit about local stuff, and we're going to talk about the border crisis.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. So let's talk first about the issue you had with Snap Fitness. I hear that was a good turnout for what happened.
It was. They got back with me, and they actually took care of everything they said they would. I got a refund.
Okay.
And I let them know that we would do a follow-up for them.
Okay. All right, so we did that in this week's paper. It's actually right here. So if you want to read about that, but there were 389 people that were members of that gym, and it went under suddenly. So do you have any recommendations for people who are trying to get their money back?
They said you can call corporate,
Okay.
and they'll get you your money back through some insurance policy, but I'm not really so sure.
So if you're curious about that, that was in last week's paper, and I did put the phone number and all of that. All right, and then before we talk about the border crisis, the man who was killed by the bull last week was, his name was Stanley Hugh Wright, Jr., and apparently what happened was there was another bull, and there were some cows, and the cows were in heat, and, this is one of those situations. I talked to his cousin, and she said, basically, a 2,000-pound bull is not your pet.
No.
So if you're going to take it in the house and sleep with it, don't.
Yeah.
Just don't do that. So anyway, all right. So we're sorry that he died, though. He was from this area. His family had been here for a long time. All right. Anything else we have going on other than there's 4 bond elections for ISDs coming up Saturdays? Have you voted?
No.
Why not?
Am I going to? I'm not sure.
All right. Well, there's a lot of people that are pulling up signs. There was a mention of a city council member candidate in Midlothian who had his signs pulled up by a gentleman who, I don't know. It just seems crazy. It just seems crazy. It's like win or lose, fair and square, But border crisis. Okay, we have a caller. This is your buddy, right?
Yeah.
Tell me about your buddy here.
Well, it's Larry. He's from Rowlett.
Okay. Hi, Larry.
Hello, how you guys doing?
Good.
We're awesome. Thank you for calling in today.
Thanks for having me.
So we're going to talk about the border crisis really quick. And Terry, how much do you know about what's going on down there? I didn't know that much till I started researching it.
Well, I mean, it's a terrible thing going on, and there's 85,000 missing children, I know. Mm-hmm. And every day there's thousands of people coming in, and now that they're going to get rid of the COVID thing.
The Title 42?
Title 42.
Yeah.
It's going to get crazy, and I know that Biden just sent 1,500 troops down there.
Okay.
But they're not going to be involved with the people coming across or any policing. Mm-hmm. They're going to be doing administrative stuff, which I'm not sure what that means.
So if you haven't read my Down the Rabbit Hole column this week, read it. And we'll get to you in a second, Larry, because it's talking about the fentanyl that's coming over. There was a U.S. representative from Alabama who said that he was told that the fentanyl that they found in Birmingham was enough to kill every person in the entire state. Okay, I think his name's Ron Moore, Congressman Ron Moore. Yeah. And there was there was a woman who was talking about she had gone to work at the border, and she said, hands down, it's a child trafficking situation. And so basically, the sheriff from Yuma, Arizona, the county, said that this was becoming a slave and indentured servant situation because in order to come over into the U.S., if you're a child, you don't have the money, which is maybe $6,000, $12,000 now to come over. You become a slave.
For the cartel.
Yeah, for the cartel. So, Larry, what do you think about this slavery issue, basically, that's going on down at the border now because of our wonderful president?
Well, I don't really want to go too political with it for Trump or Biden.
Okay.
That's good.
I'd like to address, it's a situation to where I think that's got to be nipped in the bud at the source of the problem, which you mentioned, the cartel. Mm-hmm. I think it's pretty much going to have to become a military issue.
Okay.
I think that accountability. Okay, well, Mexico, if you want to help us to help you with this problem, we're going to have help, with you as well, and have some resources on this to where we, it's advantageous to us, to get paid back, for helping you. Like when go to these other countries and get involved, such as Vietnam or Afghanistan. This is right next door to our home, you know, and then I don't know if it's true or not. I saw it in the media, but they also said that the largest fentanyl production comes out of Plano, Texas, or something like that, Arlington. Wow. And I was like, are you kidding me? And that produces the rest of the country. And there is actually some people assassinated in Plano like a month ago that was tied to the cartel that were manufacturing and distributing fentanyl out of actually Plano, Texas.
Wow.
In our backyard. I don't think a wall's going to do anything.
No.
They're very resilient people. Mexican people, in my opinion, I have friends and, actually family members that have married into my family that I love dearly. And so I don't think it's a race issue. No. I don't think it's anything. I think it goes to is this people work harder than anybody I know. And they're good people. Their backs are against the wall. They're looking at survival.
And it's not all the Mexican citizens either. There's people coming up from other countries, that's south of Mexico as well. So, like Guatemala,
Nicaragua.
I know that Venezuela. So, I don't know if I'm sure they do know how this is happening, but I think that the cartel is just taking advantage of it. But I mean, the cartel pretty much runs Mexico. Weren't they killing everyone who was in charge of Mexico? I know there was a judge who was killed, maybe at a border town. So the cartel is like stronger than any government that I can think of right now.
They're stronghold in everything.
But you also have to think about who's the cartel working with as well. I mean, there's tunnels underneath this country that has human trafficking going on, and that is not something I'm just making up that I dreamed about. This is like common knowledge that there's like the human trafficking, and the sponsors, like that they're finding sponsors to take these children. One woman was talking about there was a little Mayan girl from Guatemala. She didn't know Spanish. She doesn't know English. How's she going to let somebody know that she's being sexually or otherwise abused?
And they all are.
Yeah. So this is a major, major issue. The fentanyl is a whole other story. I don't even know how the two even can...
Yeah, Larry, you had talked to me the other day about the fact that our government was supplying the cartel with weapons.
No. Well, we're going to get a little rogue here on the subject. That was you and I talking personally about some things.
Oh, okay.
I just know that, like I say, I don't quote me on this or anything.
You're already being quoted. You're on the air.
Texas is a very large state, and this is my opinion now. I'll back up on that a little bit, but I feel that the cartel and the government are actually involved in some situations, and I'll just leave it at that.
That could be.
Okay.
I think that's part of the problem as well.
We've
like
sold
said,
weapons.
They're very powerful people, and I think we make money off of them a little bit. I think they're paying us. This is lightly based on a couple of movies I've watched, but I think there's a little truth in humor, and I think there's a little truth in some of these stories that we see in movies and on TV a little bit. And I think that's the problem. Plus, like you say, they're so powerful and ruthless. There's nothing those people aren't capable of.
Right.
And you're talking about the children, the value of life. That is no meaning of that to them whatsoever. They don't care about anything like that. Our own military, we have war crimes and stuff to where none of that stuff exists to them.
Right.
There's no...
so we have 1 minute left.
Engagement, there's no rules or anything. It's just kill, and take what we want.
Well, it's about greed. It's really about greed.
That's the problem, and you got to fight fire with fire. Like I say, not to really fix it, but to address it, to keep sugarcoating it. I mean, presidents don't really do that much, in my opinion, or are going to, unless you just outright say, okay, we've had enough of this. Let's get over here with the military and just wipe them out.
We have 30 seconds. We got to wrap up, Larry. Thanks for being a part of this show today. I'm Rita Cook.
Terry Murphy.
And we're ECP.
Gotta let you go, Larry.
Thank you. Y'all have a good day.
Cheers. Bye-bye.